Here is another breaking DCEU update. All right, I got a couple of juicy stories for you guys here today. The first being, let's talk about the small potatoes, and which could tie into the big potatoes here, so to the meat of the story. First of all, the Discovery merger is definitely a go. They had the shareholder meeting today, and that meeting, they did okay the entire merger, and it is expected to be completed sometime between April 11th and April 28th. So there's that almost 3-week window there where this is going to be, or 2.5 weeks, where this whole entire merger will be completed. They are talking about Jason Kilar. He will be exiting the program or the company for sure. We don't know what's going to happen with Toby Emmerich. We do believe he will be gone as well. He's actually lobbying to keep his job, and so is Walter Hamada. They've been trying to take credit for the success of the Batman, and they've actually made some pretty ridiculous comments on social media about how the success is because they let the filmmakers, do their vision, and that's what they're all about. Well, they definitely weren't about that prior to Matt Reeves. So that is a bullcrap statement, and people are calling them out on it. Which does lead us to the next big story. Now, this is what I'm about to talk about. I could tell you that these individuals don't have all the answers either, and there's some backpedaling. Grace Randolph came out on social media just yesterday, or it was early today. I'm going to post you'll see the post here in my video, and said basically, yeah, you know what? Ben Affleck isn't going to die in the Flash movie. And she's backpedaling, and she's saying, these SnyderVerse fans, you guys are keeping this thing alive, and that's awesome. And she put fire after it. You'll see that in the tweet. And she said, lots of things are going to happen between now and the end of 2023. So she's now finally admitting she was probably wrong. And I'm not a fan of Grace Randolph. I used to watch her stuff, but she blows with the wind, okay? She just takes whatever's happening and runs with it just to get views. I don't take what's happening just to get views. I'm trying to bring you guys real, practical information, and I will tell you if I'm talking about something that is rumor, which does lead me to my next point. Nobody can know exactly what is happening with the DCEU except the people that are behind the scenes. Grace Randolph does not have the answers. There's no way she could know that if Ben Affleck does or does not die in the movie. The only people that know that are the people in the movie and the filmmakers. There's no scooper out there right now that has those answers. And if they tell you they do, they're lying. Plain and simple. We are at a crossroads here, okay? And I fully expect that when the dust settles, that Zack will be back to at least do Justice League 2 and 3. I believe Henry Cavill will be back full-time as Superman, and I still believe that Ben Affleck will come back to play Batman again. The studio has to realize, and I've brought this up in previous videos, that if they do decide to kill Ben Affleck off in the Flash movie, the movie's done. It's going to destroy the film. I won't go see it. Millions of fans won't go see it. And it's not only going to destroy that movie, but it will destroy the success of Batgirl that's going to be on HBO Max. The studios have to know this. They would have to be completely blind to this whole thing. Now, she tried to do a follow-up post saying that all of what's happening is the decision of Warner Brothers pre the merger, so none of this has to do with the merger. Again, she's blowing smoke right now, okay? She doesn't have any clue as to what's going on. She's no better than the rest of any of us. A lot is happening. A lot of moving parts. I will be bringing you guys information. It's probably going to get to a point where I may have to do daily videos to keep everybody completely apprised of what is happening. So the merger is definitely a go. Grace Randolph is now singing a completely different tune, and there is a possibility that the SnyderVerse is coming back. It's happening. There's a lot going on, and this is why we haven't heard from a lot of the big actors talking about everything, because I guarantee you they've had discussions with Discovery taking over, and we know this thing has been happening. All of those discussions have been happening with Discovery, not Warner Brothers, and Discovery is making all the new decisions. No new movies have been announced over the last year, not a single one, because of this merger. It's almost done, and I fully believe, bam, they're going to hit the ground running, and we're going to have a lot of announcements pretty dang quickly once that merger does happen. So it's an exciting time to be a DC fan. We'll see what happens coming up in the future. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. What do you think is happening behind the scenes? And especially, what do you think of Grace Randolph's comments? All right, we'll see you guys on the next video.